Plants vs Zombies is a game beloved by many, but it's really easy and can get pretty boring at times. So I, Vovan-De-Mort, decided to make a PvZ mod called PvZ Shattered. It makes the gameplay harder but not impossible, while completely overhauling the plants to make them way more fun and give them interesting mechanics. Gambling included. Well, let's go cover the plant changes. P-Shooter is the first plant you unlock and it's pretty basic, so I changed it to be a bit more fun and complex. His sun cost is now 75 sun, base game cost being 100 sun, and he shoots peas every 1.25 seconds instead of 1.5 seconds. That is pretty cool, but that's not the main point. Remember when I told you about gambling? Yeah, Shooter has only 20% chance to shoot a normal pea dealing 20 damage. It has an 80% chance to shoot a tiny pea dealing only 12 damage. I think the pea shooter turned out great, but you still have more plants to cover. Flower is a core plant in Plants vs Zombies that you can't play the game without. It's really important, but I think it's too powerful, so I nerfed it a bit. With gambling. So now Sunflower costs 75 sun and the seed packet recharge time is 18 seconds now. Yeah, those are quite big nerfs. It also produces sun every 22.5 seconds, which is a bit faster than the original. And it produces 20 sun per drop. Wait, no, it produces 15 sun per drop? Wait, 25 sun? Oh, I forgot. I made it drop sun randomly. Well, Sunflower has a 20% chance to drop 15 sun, a 60% chance to drop 20 sun, and a 20% chance to drop 25 sun. Wow, Sunflower is now much worse than the original in every aspect. But it's way more fun to play her, and you better trust me. Cherry Bomb in PvZ is pretty busted. The only thing holding her back is her cooldown, so I gotta nerf her. Now Cherry Bomb costs 100 sun and she has a 40 second cooldown, but her damage is only 800 instead of 1800. But the most fun part is her fuse time. Just look at it.
Any second now. When's it gonna happen? Any second now.
Are you guys sure about this?
Any second now. Any second now. Come on, come on.
As you see, she has a massive 5-second fuse time. Now it's much less of a reaction plant and is more tactical. Next up is Walnut. In the base game he has nothing, like absolutely nothing to offer, other than pure health. Yeah, I have to make him a bit more complex. Well, first of all, he doesn't have 4000 health anymore and only has 3000. His cost is now 100 sun and the recharge time is 32.5 seconds. He is also the first plant in this mod here to have passive abilities. His first ability is that when zombies shoot through one of his crack stages, he gives sun. 10 sun for the first crack, 2000 health, 15 for the second, 1000 health, and 20 sun on death. Pretty cool, but that's not all. His second ability is that when you collect a sun, the closed wound heals a bit of his health. He heals the minimum of 20 health and the maximum of 40 health per sun. The formula for healing is sun value times 1.75 minus 5. Pretty complex, but I love complex coding. To put the ability simply for you, get sun, heal not, profit. Next up is Potato Mine. In the main game, it is a cheap and reliable early game plant. In my mod, he is a bit different. If you're a fan of Potato Mine, bad news for you. Now he costs 60 sun and deals only 500 damage. He also has only 100 health, so you need to be careful with it. Also, he has a faster 11-second fuse time and a cooldown of 27.5 seconds. But that's not all. He features a new Solar Blast ability, which gives sun when it explodes. It leaves 10 teeny tiny suns worth 2 sun each, 20 sun in total. Also, it synergizes with Walnut's ability and Walnut heals for 200 health total. Not a lot, I know, but it's way more fun to play it now, and now it isn't too strong. Next on line is Snoopy. In his base game, it is a pretty simple plant, just slowing zombies. So I decided to give him a massive overhaul. First of all, his stats are completely different. He now costs 225 sun, has a 40-second cooldown, and 500 health. His fire rate is also a bit slower at 1.75 seconds. But the biggest change is a rework to his freezing. Normally, each piece slows down a zombie by 50% immediately. Well, in PvZ Shattered it doesn't work like that anymore. Now the freeze effect builds up gradually with each shot. Each piece slows down a standard zombie by 12%, but if a zombie has armor, it only slows them by 8% per shot. The freeze effect can stack all the way up to a maximum 45% speed reduction. Also a big thing for Snoopy is that his Snoopy projectiles deal splash damage to zombies, which means it applies the freeze to multiple zombies, making them a lot more powerful. Chomper is arguably one of the worst plants in regular PvZ. I mostly nerf all the plants, but Chomper is an exception. He's too weak already. Well, let's check out his basic stats first. From now on, he costs 200 sun, has a 30-second seed packet recharge, and has 750 health to withstand zombies for a few seconds. Also, when he bites a zombie that he cannot swallow, he deals 80 damage to them, and his bite time is 1 second. He's mostly weak due to his chew time vulnerability, so I decided to change his chew time. Now he doesn't have just a set chew time, but has it as a formula. Zombie health divided by 45. Also, the minimum chew time for him is 15 seconds, the maximum chew time for him is 40 seconds. For example, he would chew on a buckethead zombie for 40 seconds, but chew on a conehead zombie for roughly 18 seconds. Well, now Chomper isn't just a one-trick pony, and he can not only deal with heavy zombies, but also deals with small groups of zombies. And for the grand finale of today's plant roster, we have the ultimate powerhouse, Repeater. In the original game, he's the compact version of two pea shooters, quite powerful but nothing much. But in PvZ Shattered, he's a literal minigun and is even more powerful. Let's look at his base stats first. He now costs 250 sun, has a 27.5 second seed packet recharge, and doubles the health at 600 so he doesn't get instantly eaten. Also, he has a 2-second shot cooldown, but not really. If you remember pea shooter and sunflower changes, you remember that I added randomness to them. Of course, I had to add a little bit of gambling here. Every single pea he fires has a 50% chance to be a tiny pea dealing 12 damage and a 50% chance to be a small pea dealing 16 damage. That sounds a bit random and unnecessary, but come on, I could not have not added that. But here's where his real power comes in, and his brand new overclock trait. The longer Repeater shoots continuously, the faster he shoots out peas. As you remember, his base cooldown is 2 seconds, the lowest it can go is 1 second. His cooldown gets down by 0.05 seconds per pea, which means 0.1 second per shot. That means it takes him 16.5 seconds to fully ramp up, making his average DPS a whole 28 damage per second. As you see, it's the most powerful endgame plant of the bunch. Its power is immense, but really needs big investments to work. Hell, I think it might just be too OP, but I guess it would be really fun for you to use. Oh, sup Dave?
Webby wobble,
What are you saying?
webby wobble,
Wait, I forgot something?
wobble 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 wobble,
Give them the download link?
wobby wobble,
Fine.
wobble wobble.
So, you wanna download the mod, huh? Well, it's already out. All you gotta do to download it is to join my Discord and download PvZ Shattered from there. There's a link to it in the description, or you can scan the QR code on the screen. Plus, you can always just ping me in the chat since I'm usually around anyway and would like to talk. Well, now that they've taken care of... I mean, now that our friend had to sadly go,
Webby wobble,
we can now cover the global changes. Now the first global change I made is the sun drop rate. The time between the sun drops from the sky. In the original game it takes roughly 4 to 7 seconds randomly between sun drops. It's pretty random, almost too random. So I wanna change that. Now the sun drop time is a bit more predictable at 5.5 to 6.5 seconds. It's a minor change, but it makes the sun drop rare overall and the early game a bit harder. I think we should also talk about zombie chewing speed. I buffed it a bit, so now zombies chew 33% faster, meaning their DPS is increased from 100 to 133 damage per second. A pretty small change, but it makes wall plants less reliable and zombies a bit more powerful in a new way. Next we have zombie points overhaul. You probably don't know what zombie points are, and that's okay. You know how each wave spawns different amount and quality of zombies? Well, that's because of zombie points. Each wave has a certain amount of zombie points it can spend. The more zombie points a wave has, the more or better zombies it can spawn. Each zombie costs a specific amount of zombie points. For example, in the main game a normal zombie costs 1 zombie point, while a conehead costs 2 points and a buckethead 4 points. And having zombies cost 1, 2 or 4 points or different amount of points is kinda inconvenient if I wanna buff the zombie amount. So to make the system more flexible, I decided to multiply the point amount a wave gives and zombie points cost to buy by 10. That makes the system more flexible and now I can reduce the zombie points cost to make them more frequent or cheaper to spawn. On top of that, I increase the point amounts wave have so they can buy more zombies. In the main game, if you haven't completed adventure mode, then the zombie point budget grows by 3.3 points every wave. So I changed it to grow by 5 points every single wave. But if you have completed the adventure mode at least once in the main game, wave budget grows by 4 points every wave, and I changed it to grow by 6 points every wave. Also, each flag wave multiplies the zombie points amount by 2.5 and I changed it to be multiplied by 3. Yeah, now each wave has a little more zombies sent in and becomes increasingly harder over time. To put that into perspective, game becomes increasingly harder than the main game with each wave. Around 1.4 times harder on normal waves and 1.7 times harder on flag waves around wave 10. But it cannot get harder than 1.5 times on normal and 1.8 times on flag waves. Zombies. They are one of the main parts of PvZ and is the main threat of the game. So I changed each daydamn zombie individually, starting with their speed adjustments. As we know, in the main game, basic zombies with or without armor speed is random and can vary from 3.5 to 2.5 seconds to cross a tile. So I changed it to be less random and a bit faster on average, from roughly 3 to 2.7 seconds. Also, all basic zombies now have 320 HP instead of 270 HP, meaning 236 instead of 200 if not counting walking corpses that can't hit. Now that you know how basic zombies work, we can now move on. Conehead zombie is our next target. His base HP would be 320 as it is a basic zombie, but his cone HP is now 480, totaling his HP at 800. Also, the cool thing is that he now costs 16 zombie points instead of 20, making him cost 20% less for a wave to spawn. Not much I can change about him as he is quite basic. Next we have Paul Walter, and now he is a nightmare to deal with. He still has the original 500 HP, so that's not a problem, but the main point is that he moves at a whopping speed at 1 tile per second before vaulting, and even after vaulting he moves at 1 tile every 2 seconds. Also, he costs 18 points instead of 20 points, a slight 10% decrease to his base score. So you gotta wait some sun on plans for him to vault over to even have a chance of defeating him. Yes, he is that strong. And to wrap up the zombie segment, we have the buckethead. First of all, his bucket HP is now sitting at 1350 instead of 1100, making him a bit more powerful. The total HP would be 1670, and no, that is not intentional. But here's the real kicker, he now costs 32 zombie points instead of vanilla 40, which is again a 20% cost decrease, but it's bigger numbers and a bigger threat, so it matters more. Also, he will spawn a little bit more frequently than normal. And that wraps up for today. All of the changes explained for plants, zombies and over. As you see, this mod doesn't try to make the player suffer from overpowered zombies or overpowered zombies, but does it in all the changes. Individually they are small, but they add up over time with each change. And oh man, this video took so long to make, around 14 days. I definitely could have done it faster, but that's my first actual video on this channel, so whatever. I just tried to make the game fun in a challenging way and show the world what I have created. Again, you can download the mod in my Discord and see all the new changes I add to the mod if you want to. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe with notifications on if you want to see the progress being made on this mod. I will probably also make some non-PvZ videos in the future, so stay tuned for that. And thanks for watching till the end, and see you next time.